Hey everyone, in this video I'm going to be breaking down the Marvel metals that we've seen in the MCU, as well as some others that you may not be familiar with. I'm going to begin by talking about the 4 iterations of Vibranium, and then going into Adamantium, and finally Uru. Vibranium, as most of the world understands from the MCU, is a metal found in a meteorite that landed in Wakanda. Wakandan Vibranium has the ability to absorb kinetic energy, and upon further research can release the absorbed energy. There are limits, however, to the capacity of Vibranium to absorb the kinetic energy, as seen in Avengers Endgame when Thanos breaks Captain America's shield. Wakandan Vibranium is one of few materials that can be used as a weapon against itself. We've seen Ulysses Claw use Vibranium weapons against the Black Panther to great efficiency, as well as the Panther's claws used to cut Captain America's shield. Vibranium is also the only Marvel metal that Magneto is not able to manipulate. Another weapon to be used against Wakandan Vibranium is Antarctic Vibranium, thus far not shown in the MCU. Also known as antimetal, Antarctic Vibranium is an isotope of Wakandan Vibranium. This antimetal breaks down vibrations, which causes the atomic and molecular bonds of nearby metals to weaken, leading to liquefaction of nearby solid metals. Antarctic Vibranium also produces protective counter vibrations that can throw off sonic attacks. If Wakandan and Antarctic Vibranium were ever to be in contact with each other, it would be a stalemate, removing all properties of both metals at the moment of contact. The third iteration of Vibranium is called Reverbium, which is an artificial variant created by Sajani Jaffrey, who worked with Peter Parker at Horizon Labs. Rather than absorbing vibrations and kinetic energy, it does the opposite and pushes them away, making it a very powerful weapon even in small amounts. As powerful as Reverbium is, repelling many attacks, it is highly unstable, making it less resilient than pure Vibranium. It can't take as many hits, and when pit against Wakandan Vibranium, it will provide a short-term gain but will lose in a prolonged battle. The final variant of Vibranium is naturally occurring in small quantities where Wakandan Vibranium is found. Living Vibranium was discovered by the Dora Milaje within a cave called the Echo Chamber. The Echo Chamber was then turned into a training site devoted to the conditioning and development of the Dora Milaje. What makes this version of Vibranium so special is the sentient qualities that it possesses. Living Vibranium resonates and mimics whoever is using it, developing a personality similar to whoever is training with it. This type of Vibranium was found to be too volatile, and if left unchecked or exposed to an evil personality, could go on a rampage of its own. The Dora Milaje used living Vibranium in their spears. As a weapon, it behaves similar to Reverbium, pushing away all vibrations instead of absorbing them. The Dora Milaje are the only ones who are trusted with living Vibranium, as having trained with it for so many years. Just as Black Panther is synonymous with Vibranium, Wolverine is synonymous with Adamantium. There are multiple variations of Adamantium, but we're only going to focus on primary Adamantium, the metal inside the Wolverine. Adamantium is a man-made alloy synthesized in a lab and first made by accident. Dr. Myron McLean fell asleep at his lab bench when the metals he was working with unexpectedly bonded together. A combination of Wakandan Vibranium, steel, and an unknown catalyst bonded together to create Adamantium. Once liquid Adamantium cools and hardens, it can never be manipulated again, but it can be destroyed by Antarctic Vibranium, which dissolves all metals. Only beings with godlike power such as Rune King Thor, or with strong magnetic powers such as Magneto, can manipulate primary Adamantium. Otherwise, it's completely indestructible. It's also the only Marvel metal to be physically inside the user's body, as seen with Wolverine, X-23, Sabretooth, and Lady Deathstrike. The final Marvel metal, Uru, is the one we know the least about. It comes from the first moon in existence and has only been processed into weapons on Nidavellir. Uru in the MCU has been the weapon of choice used by Asgardians. It is present within Heimdall's sword, Odin's spear, Thor's hammers, both Mjolnir and Stormbreaker. Thanos has also been seen to use Uru inside of his double-bladed sword in Avengers Endgame, and also grabbing Stormbreaker to use against Thor in the final battle. It is unknown how much Uru exists in the Marvel Universe, and it's the only metal on this list that has not been manipulated by scientists on Earth. Up till this point in the MCU, the only human able to use an Uru weapon is Captain America when he was wielding Thor's hammer. Uru is so resilient and powerful that Thanos was able to break Captain America's vibranium shield with it. When Wolverine was facing off against Thor, his adamantium claws were not able to cut through Mjolnir. The main property of Uru is its affinity to magic. Uru absorbs magic and enchantments like no other. The magic stored within the metal can be accessed by anybody wielding that weapon. Much like Captain America when he was using Mjolnir to fight Thanos, he was able to summon the lightning that Thor was able to do as well. Uru's sensitivity to magic also makes it vulnerable to sorcerers like Hela, as she was able to destroy Thor's hammer using her magic during Ragnarok. Magneto is capable of manipulating Uru. While he cannot physically wield Mjolnir or Stormbreaker, he is able to move the weapons freely in the space around him. However, he won't be able to access the magical properties within them. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. I hope you found some value in it, and if you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. As always, stay fresh and stay golden.